Dark Souls 3 is a video game made by head developer Ninja and Miyazaki, who is responsible for next game titles. Dark Souls 1, Suffering.
But yeah, let's go for it. Walk through the fog door, we got our awesome boar helmet on, clearly he's scared to death. We're going to start by blocking his first attack.
Dark Souls 2, More Suffering.
Literal God.
Sekiro, Japanese Suffering. No! 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 And Bloodborne, also known as the current state of England.
Come on, England!
Also, we will be comparing this game to a masterpiece, also known as Shadow Tower for the PlayStation 1, one of the top sellers from Software. In Dark Souls 3, you are the champion of Embers, and you're given the task of defeating the 5 Chads of Cinder. Ludith, the Courland, also known as the soy boy of the group, for he is a pussy. The Abyss Watchers, a band of Polish landlords fighting for rent money. Yorn the Giant, a giant letdown. Aldrich of the Deep, the Astolfo-looking tentacle nightmare. Lothric Younger Prince, who I am sure is a woman, and his older brother, Lorien, the Elder Prince, whose legs have been broken into pieces from piggybacking his younger brother. You are to return them to their rightful thrones. For this, you will have to combat the citizens of Poland and venture through the streets of Poland in search for said Chads, so you can finally end the circle of endless suffering and snuff out the flame for good. Now, if this kind of experience ruffles your jammies, then I recommend this game for all the wrong reasons. Now let us get started on the gameplay. As you, James, may already know, this game is known for making players get filled with primordial rage, for this game is hard, and by that I mean hard. In the most basic of levels, you, the player, will be responsible for doing 2 simple things: attacking and dodging. After achieving normal motor functions, the player is tasked with another mechanic in the game, parrying, that gives you the magical ability of ripping their heart straight out of their heaving chest that they have considered a slight annoyance, and backstabbing, that gives you the ability of Jeffrey Epstein. On the extraterrestrial level, the player is tasked with using various items to upgrade your weapons, nullify the gamer rage inside of you, like your sword of flame, and managing your health bar. Every weapon in this game has a special move, but the developers decided to limit these moves by giving it a bar. So they have taken these moves away from you. Your character levels up by giving souls of people you murdered on your righteous crusade to the Firekeeper and leveling your stats. Now, some people may tell you that playing anything other than strength is fun. They are lying to you.
So trusted you. I thought I could too.
And any other way of playing this game other than strength is heresy. Shit, that's cool.
FBI, open up!
Now let's move on to boss fights. The bosses in this game range from disappointing to, well, I'll just show you. The better part of the boss fights are challenging, and fighting them feels like a battle against all odds. Then you are welcomed with insurmountable satisfaction after defeating the boss. And on the other side, we have this. But the Polish Simulator 3 is known for its bosses, but praised for its levels. The levels in this game range from 2
A few moments later. 2 hours later.
The level design in this game is done by a Polish femboy locked in a room without food with only Red Bull and cocaine as supplements for his imagination. So throughout this review you have seen these nice looking fellas attacking me, and that must have you wondering, what the fuck is happening in Poland? Let me explain the lore. So 50 bajillion years ago, this fucker Gwyn decided that racism is real fucking funny. It has cursed humanity with not dying. And this guy, the chosen undead, CEO of PC Justice, is sick of it and gets up and beats his ass. And lights a light bulb that keeps everything safe for another million years. How does this correlate to us? I don't know. So this light bulb decides to die due to the moth infestation every 1,000 or so years. And somebody needs to light it up again. Here comes the 5 Chads of Cinder. Chads of Cinder are past beings who have succeeded in firing it up again, but you're not one of them. Why, you may ask? Well, you suck. So the light bulb decides to commit suicide again, and the Chads are awoken to light it up, but they decide to sit on an empty throne, inflate the currency.
Your rent is
I am still confused if this is a girl or a boy.
Who are you people? What do you want from me?
we want the anime girls.
That's all we've ever wanted. Kiss my ass!
Here comes our main guy, James, to come in to save the day. As you're a literal walking failure, you're not fit to clash with the Chads, so you must become one yourself. To truly exercise the Clash of Clans, one must have his way through knights, Polish farmers, demons, RGB G Fuel warmongers, dogs, Jesus coming back to life, and much more, just to have a little bit of that Chadness. After killing all of the Chads and bringing them back to their thrones, you have a little chat with our lover of life and decide nobody is changing the light bulb. Let the moth people have it. So you venture into dark Poland and get some new set of eyes for our queen. You give her the eyeballs and she helps you into plunging this world into eternal darkness, also known as Albania. But before that, we must talk about the DLC. Ashes of Ariandel is a frozen landscape filled with enemies such as the strongest Polish man, my persona, the weakest Bostian, and the eldritch horror of. Battling through the frozen village, you find an average viewer of the famous show Rick and Morty, forever stuck in hell through rot. Here come the Inquisitors of Rick and Morty, silencing anybody. Stop. They say Pickle Rick is not funny. In this DLC you're met with 2 boss fights, the Champion Gravetender and Sister Free. There's a stark contrast between these boss fights, so let me just show you. Many people have problems with this boss fight because it does a little trolling. After killing the waifu and corrupting the child, you move on to more important matters.
晒しで撒き散らかしてるからそんなに
No, not that! The Dreg Heap. Before we enter the capital of Poland in our search for Pokimane, we must fight our way through the suburbs of Warsaw. As in any dark alleyway in Poland, you will be met with the homeless, the police, and the angels of God here to pass down judgment for your sins.
Today's subject, unconventional warfare tactics.
After you await the police and the judgment of God, you're welcomed to hell. And for escaping God's judgment, you shall face off with Beelzebub and Azazel in the night circle of hell. After a grueling fight, you're met with Satan. Now Satan does not fuck around. He will go through all the 10 commandments, and only then will he let you go. After the Catholic Church approves your leave from hell, the priests come to pick you up, and you're carried off to the Ringed City is hands down the best part of Dark Souls 3. This DLC is a psychological hazard more than it is a physical, for it will break you down. The capital of Poland welcomes you with the Dark Souls 1 enthusiasts and Pokimane's 1 month subscribers. Once you are at the bottom of the capital, you're met with the PTSD inducer. But overcoming your PTSD, James, you march forward into something I'd like to call perpetual hell. Dark Gator Medir is the hardest boss fight in the whole game, and is known for making college herald damage with every death. This guy puts the gargoyles to shame. The sheer amount of HP this guy has feels like you're poking a fucking skyscraper with a fucking toothpick. You thought fighting Satan is funny? Well, look at the CEO of psychological damage. Fighting this piece of shit will have you playing through the fire and the flames on your fucking keyboard. After defeating the dragon, who is completely optional by the way, you're finally here. The long and grueling journey. All for this. The Twitch headquarters. Pokimane, the tasers will not stop me, and will your simps. I have disconnected my internet. Your tier 3 subscribers cannot touch me. I have obtained true knowledge of gods, and I will now end your life. Alright, we have done it. Pokimane is no more. And the world is as it's supposed to be. Who the fuck is this guy?